Hi, I'm Sue Boo, bringing crafting to you. Thank you for joining my YouTube channel today. If you are not a subscriber, please subscribe to me and don't forget to share my videos. Thank you very much. Do appreciate that you stopped by. Today I saw a project by Chicken Scratch, sorry, her name is, and I thought, oh yes, I could make something like that. So it is based on her idea. I've used different things to what she used, so you could check out what she used on her channel. Right, so we need to start off, and I'm starting off with a piece of cherry cobbler that measures 8.5 inches long by 2 3/4 wide. Okay, we're going to score that at 4 1/4. So that's let's get it that way around. So it's going to be scored at 4 1/4 and then at 4 3/4. So that, and so that's that piece done with. And then we want a piece. Now mine is different to hers, and this is where mine is different because I'm putting a different treat in than what she did. So my piece measures 3 inches by 2 1/4, and we're going to score it on 3 sides. So we're going to score it starting on the long side. We're going to score it at half and then at 3/4. We are then going to turn it to the short side and do half and then 3/4. And then we're going to turn it back onto the longer side and we'll score it again at 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch. Okay, there we go. So this is what you'll end up with. Oh dear, I seem to be getting a lot of shadow. Can't seem to do anything about it. I'm filming late at night, so sorry about that. Right, so you've just got the score lines on 3 sides like that, so the top is not scored at all. Okay, let's move that out of the way. Also, you need to cut yourself a label. So you could do the Fancy Me something label, I think it's called. I've used the die from the Tasteful Touchers. It would work out as well with the die from the smaller die out of I can't remember the names of them, sorry, let me just, what's they called, Stitch So Sweetly, that's it. So the second one down in the Fancy Shape, it will work on there as well, but I'm going to try it with this one today. And ahead of time, I've already cut myself out a tree from Perfectly Plaid. So you could actually stamp the Perfectly Plaid and then cut it out with your tree punch, your pine punch. And I've just done myself out of the Stitch So Sweetly, I've done the smallest little die like this. So we'll get the stamping out of the way. And I'm just going to stamp just for you. So I'm stamping in Cherry Cobbler because that's the colour of the card I'm using. So just going to ink my For You up and then just get this, hopefully it fits fine. So we're going to do that like that. Just hold it for a second, take it off. Yeah, perfect. And mine actually is from Punch Party, but you've got lots of For Yous in different stamp sets, so I'm not worried that I've used this one because there's plenty that you can find throughout the stamp sets that say For You. Okay, so we're going to bring back in now this, and we're going to fold it. You'll find that it'll fold in half. Okay, and I'm just going to use my bone folder to crease down this one. So your front crease, you should have one that also comes up like that, so it makes like a little book. Okay, I'm then going to use my trio punch and put this in so that I've got it level on either side. So I'm just eyeballing it, punching it down so that we can make a tag top. So you could put this in a present if you wanted to make it in a present format. Right, I am now going to use some of my strong adhesive tape because I just want to do this very quick. So I'll use some of that in a minute. You need 2 pieces of white that measure 2 7/8 by 3 5/8, and we're going to put one inside. So I'm just going to do that first before we do any sticking down. So I'm going to stick this down. So this is just the basic white to stick inside, and we're just going to leave a equal increment all the way. Let's put it down a little bit more, so an equal increment. Not happy with that. Let's try again. It's hard when the camera's in your way. Okay, I think that's about it. So we're going to do that. I'm then going to put the tape, and I will use glue as well, but this is just going to quickly hold it down for me. So I'm going to put a little bit just to one side of the what have I done with my scissors? There we go. One side of where the it's going to fit down to make the tag top and the little bookend. So just going to put that there and take that off there. Just going to burnish those down. You could use your tear and tape as well. So I'm just going to peel those off, and then I'll stick the glue around the hole. So I'm going around the hole and on top of there, down the side of my tape. So I'm doing the same on the other, and then just close up my little book and then just rub that down there nicely. Okay, then we've got it stuck down now, and it'll hold it down. Otherwise you can use your wet glue for that. I've then got a piece of my DSP, the same that I'm using for the top. This measures 1 inch by 2 5/8, so 2 5/8 by 1 inch. Just going to glue on the back. So you can use any DSP. There's some lovely Christmas ones. I'm using up the free DSP that we got, so making the most of it because it's Christmassy, because these are nice as little Christmas gifts. So okay, so that's going to go there, and then a little bit of the red. I seem to have misplaced mine. There it is. This is 1/4 inch by where am I? 1/4 inch. Can't find where I've gone with this one. Can't find it. Can't find it. I'll have to measure it. So it's 1/4 inch by, by 2 3/4. Now it just does overlap, so it goes from this one side of your card to the other, not your DSP. So it runs past your DSP and over the white. So we're just going to stick that down. If you don't like that, you could cut it the same width as your DSP. So that just goes from one end to the other, and it just sits nicely on top of the DSP. Just finishes it off like that, and we're leaving that blank because that's where you can write in. Okay, so for the front we have got that second piece that is 2 5/8 by 3 5/8. So we're going to put that on the front. So just the bottom, so just make sure it's got equal increments all the way around there. And then the DSP to go on the top is 2.5 by 3.5. I'll just check that is right. Yeah, 2.5 by 3.5. Yeah, so this is 2.5 by 3.5. So this is going to go on the top of my white piece. So just going to put that in the middle now. And then I've got a piece of the red shimmer ribbon. It's not cherry cobbler. They do some cherry cobbler ribbon, and that would be quite nice actually. But I've got some lovely red ribbon here, so I'm just going to tie a bow on here. So let's see if it goes right for me. So it's beautiful ribbon, this. Oops. Right, that's tying it upside down, so I'm going to tie it upside down and hope that it goes the right way for me. I don't know whether I've got any more of this left, because this just seems to be an offcut that I had hanging about that's better in my drawer. So I don't know whether do I need to tie a knot beforehand. Right, I'm going to undo that knot, because maybe you don't, maybe you just need to tie it. So let's see if I can just tie it. Let's see if that works. And I've tied it the wrong way round again so that the tails stick up. Oh no, they're coming down, so just going to mess with my bow a bit and bring it down a little bit. Maybe I've not got my bow big enough. My tails. Okay, just keep working on your bow there and flatten that out so that you've got a lovely bow like that, and I then can cut my tails now. So I like to cut them at an angle. That's one, and cut that at an angle. There we go. So that's lovely there. And then we're going to make our little box now. So just score all the score lines that you've done. Just use your bone folder to crease them. So just all of the lines that we've done. Now, because of the chocolate I'm doing, it's all right not to put a finger grip in, because it works out picking it up. Right, I'm going to cut down each of my score lines. So I'm going to cut from this score line to the second score line. So I'm crossing one score line and going just to the second one, so that you've got a big tab like that. Then I'm going to do the same. I'm cutting down the score line, and then I'm going to totally take off this piece here. So we're going to cut off that piece there. Let's cut that enough that way. So okay, and so I'm then going to cut that off there. So you'll be ending up with a little tab like that, and I'm just going to take a little bit off there just to notch it, just tiny weeny bit. Okay, and I'm going to repeat that the other side. So I'm cutting down my score line to the second score line like that. So just see if it'll pick it up. It's very hard when it's on. So I've cut to the second score line, and then I'm cutting up the second one score line. I'm going to remove this end bit like that, and then cut where the score line is. So I'm left with a little bit, and I'm just going to mitre in a little bit on the tab there. So now we're going to put a bit of glue on this little tiny tab and on this little tiny tab, and we're going to stick those down to that bit there so that it brings it in like that. Then I'm going to bend this up. I'm going to bend that up, right, just bring it round. This is why I like to use my red tape, because I don't have to wait for it to dry, but just, it will be all right. I'm going to bring in, I bring in this. So I'm going to bring in that bit there and put some glue on the sides there and just lap over, so you've got that type of shape happening. And then just with my bone folder, I'm just going to pat in to make sure that those corners have picked up, and that it's picked up there. I'm just going to hold that for a second or two. Now you want, let's see if I can find, so the back of this tag, so the front, you can see a little indentation. It's got a little bit of something that you can see there. So I don't want that side. I'm going to turn it over so that I've got the back side, and I'm going to put my tape on for this. I'm just going to put a piece of, you can use tear and tape or the I want to say snail, but I'm sure that's wrong. I'm going to put those on there like that, and because it just fits one of these little Lindt chocolate bars, I did have it somewhere around here. What have I done with my little chocolate bar? Is that what fell on the floor? Oh, it's here. You can get these boxes that have these little Lindt chocolates, and this just fits beautifully. I'll put it that way around. Fits beautifully in the box that I've made. So there we go. Fits beautifully in there. So let's hold that firm. That holds it better. And I'm just going to take that off, back in there. Let's get this off. To use my tool, and I need to put it so that it's facing up like that, and then I'm going to put this just in the middle so that it doesn't show. So I'll put it down like that so that it doesn't show like that. Okay, so when you see it, you can't see that. And then we're going to put some tear and tape on the back. In fact, I will use my tear and tape. So I'm going to just put some tear and tape down here on the back like this. Okay, put my tear and tape away. Okay, just going to rub that down with my bone folder and then just peel the backs off. And I'm just going to see whereabouts my tree can fit, so I'm going to put it lower down, so it's going to be in the lower half, just in the middle-ish. Okay, and I will get some dimensionals. So I'm just going to get, I think I'll have a couple of my bigger dimensionals. So I'm just going to stick this on the tree there and there, but I'm just going to put a blob of glue on the very top, and I've got a star that I'm just going to put on the top of my Christmas tree. And then what I like to do is put a mini glue dot on the top so that it will hold my star. So I'm going to make sure I've got my star where I want it, put the mini glue dot on the top. Let's make sure that my star's not wonky. Okay, there we go. Peel that off, peel the bottom bits off like that, and then we'll put that in the middle there like that, and then we're just going to stick this coming out the side like that, and I'm just going to glue one part of it on. There we go. And just some little bling. So what have we got? I think I've not picked up, so I'm going to use some sparkly gems. So just get some sparkly gems and let's just bling it up. So I'm going to put, one can go on there, and I'm going to put a few on my tree. I just bring that up, and I'm also going to go mad with my bling and put, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put 6, and I think I'll put one in my Christmas tree like that, so I'll do it like that. So that's a lovely little gift you can give to somebody. You can write a note inside it, and then they've got the little chocolate bar to take out of the back. Oh, it's the wrong way round, so let me turn it round. So I want to make sure it's the right way, so tuck it behind. There we go, so it's got that. And I just think that's a lovely little gift that you can just give somebody this Christmas time. Stocking filler, or you could even put a gift card. So instead of actually gluing these down, you could actually just glue round the edges down, and then you could actually tuck your gift card in there. So that's another idea with a little chocolate. So I just thought that was pretty, so hope you like that. That's my version. Hers, she made it much bulkier that came out because she had like Kit Kati things in the back of hers, but I wanted to make a slimmer version for those little Lindt chocolates because I think they're pretty. And she did hers with the stocking and the dogs poking over, which I haven't got that set, but I thought this will lend itself to any little set that you can do for Christmas or any year round really. You could make little things on here. I mean, I had a little go at it, and it's an old set. This is the one that I was talking about. You could use this out of the other die set, Stitch So Sweetly. This is the second one down to the largest, so that works on there as well. So you could make it a non-Christmas, and you could do whatever you like with your image and colour it in. So I've used my blends on this one, so this is an old stamp set, but I just wanted to show you possibilities. So hope you like that, and it will stand up, so that's great. So you can give it as a little card as well. So thank you very much. Do appreciate that you've dropped by. Stay safe, stay well. Bye for now.